So I planned on doing only one DSS vlog for YouTube every week, but the GA world moves so quickly at the moment. There's so many different things to talk about that we decided, what the hell, we'll get another one in. It's a little bit like Brexit. I was listening to a podcast with Dion Fanning and Tony Connolly from RTE over the last few days, all about how things change so quickly, and I think the GA world is a little bit like that at the moment. So it's a really miserable Friday morning in North London, unfortunately, but feeling good. Went out for my run, got 4 reps of 4 minutes done, hard, so I call them VO2 max runs. So it's really looking to strengthen and increase the capacity of your cardiovascular system, and you should be at near max VO2 max there. So try it if you can. I just run around the park, so 4 minutes hard running. RPE should be about 8 out of 10, and after each rep about a minute rest in between. Repeat that then maybe twice a week, and then move on to maybe 6 2-minute runs twice in a week, and then you can progress that on to 10 1-minute runs, and basically that takes you up nearly to Christmas time, so you're practically ready then to undo all that good work and then come back to me then in the new year and I'll show you what to do again. But no, feeling good. Have my nice aluminium mug from Beijing that I picked up with my coffee. Have my mother-in-law's nice jam on whole wheat bread. I hope she's not trying to kill me. No, she's a good one in general. Also having a look at the signed up to The Athletic during the week. So it's a football or soccer news app. It was 20 quid for the whole year and just a deal that I couldn't pass up on, and loads of stuff. I'm currently reading about Mourinho at Tottenham and what Pochettino's going to do next, and some really good analysis and everything like that. So anybody gets a chance, go and have a look at that. It's really worthwhile. I think some top journalist writers from The Guardian, The Independent, The Observer have gone across to The Athletic and now are writing for them, so take a look. I wanted really briefly today just have a quick chat about the CPA and what they're going to do next. I'm a member of the CPA, I'm a member of the GPA, I'm still playing little bits and pieces with the club, obviously involved in sports science and coaching and everything like that. So I certainly can't be called elitist or anything like that, because I love what the CPA stand for, I love what they've done. They've really brought forward the narrative about fixing the fixtures, which is brilliant. One problem, I suppose 2 problems I see really, is that at the moment the CPA is a one-issue organisation. They're a little bit like the Liberal Democrats here in the UK, where it's stop Brexit, which I support, but you need to have other policies as well. So I would like to see the CPA kind of branch out a little bit and say, okay, well, what else can they do to help the plight of the club player, the GA club player, rather than just fixing the fixtures, even though I do believe it is the most important thing out there, definitely for the club player, 100%. But there are other stuff as well, because a lot of, let's say, bad stuff going on in clubs as regards training and some fitness coaches or S&C coaches. There's lots of good stuff that can be done. And with so many really top people involved there, like our own Wexford man, Liam Griffin, and Miall Brody, and all of those lads, Aaron Kernan, I think they should start branching out, like the GPA have done. And I think we'll leave that for another day, chatting about the GPA, about some of the good and some of the not so good stuff that they do. But the one problem now the CPA have is that they stepped out of that fixture task force at the last minute, and I understand why they did it, because they wanted to bring notice and to the fact that they weren't being listened to, and the GA are, as they said in their opinion, that the task force was a Trojan horse, and that all they're going to do is just implement what's the status quo, as they call it, with a little bit of improvement. In ways, I kind of saw that coming. I think even before the fixture task force was set up, I really thought that, I don't see that this is going to solve everything. I think the Director General Tom Ryan and the President, John Horn, they're the ones really, and the group that are around him, who are going to implement the changes going forward. And that's how the GA works. And that brings me on really to what the CPA do next, because in my mind, through my experience of working in the GA and dealing with people in Croke Park and dealing with county boards and all that type of stuff. The only way, there are two ways of getting things done in the GA. Number one, you work with them. So you don't have to be inside the tent, but you have to work with them. And you have to compromise a lot because these guys move slowly. The whole huge organisation moves very slowly. The other way you enact change, and the GPA did it at the beginning, was take the nuclear option of going on strike. I don't think the CPA are there yet. I don't know will they ever be there because the GPA are a relatively small organisation, including just inter-county players. The CPA are a massive organisation with so many club players around Ireland, but I don't think they're engaged that much because you can join the CPA just by filling out a form. That's it. You receive an email every couple of weeks, which are brilliant. But I don't know, are they really a union whereby they can get people working together, and can they coordinate all club teams all over Ireland to go on strike due to this issue of fixing the fixtures? I don't see it happening now, and I don't really see it happening ever. I think they would have to become a stronger union before that would happen. And the thing is that kind of stuff takes time, and the GPA, they have time because they're full-time workers working for the GPA on the management team. So it's a little bit different. The thing is that I believe the CPA have to work within the confines of the GA to an extent. Like they've come a long way in a short amount of time, and they've done really well in ways, to be a kind of a good organisation and a good organisation for change, and they've got a lot of good publicity. So now they need to kind of hammer that home, and they need to understand that the GA moves so slowly, and they call it a democratic organisation, which it is in theory and in some ways in practice. So really what they need to do is to use that to their benefit then. So go into every club and say, right, in my local club, Horswood in County Wexford, the mighty Horswood, I'm going to go along and I'm going to make a proposal at that meeting, at our AGM. And then hopefully it gets through, it gets voted on. And then from there, that proposal then has to be brought to the Wexford County Board. And then the delegates at the Wexford County Board then vote on that. And hopefully then it'll get through. And from there, it goes from the Wexford County Board up to Central Council. And hopefully the two Wexford delegates, or three, I'm not sure, they will then vote in favour of that proposal up at Central Council or at Congress. Now, last year, or the year before last, this time last year, nearly January, I was at Congress. It's a crazy thing. In ways, I hope I never get to go there again. But in other ways, it's actually interesting. And you can see the night before, we had a few pints in the Croke Park Hotel, and met the president, met all these different people, delegates from different counties. And you can see how it works. It's like a political organisation whereby you need to make sure that you get people along with you, and sometimes to vote for your proposal. And sometimes it means, well, if you vote for my proposal, I'll vote for your proposal. And all that political kind of stuff goes on. That's how the GA works. That's how it works, unfortunately. And when they say it's democratic, it is democratic. It may not be fair, but in theory, it is democratic. And the only way that you can get change then is to use that system for your benefit. So if the CPA can get all its members all over Ireland to come up with different proposals in their club, bring it to county, bring it to Congress, you've got a much better chance of doing things. And also you show that you're a more powerful organisation because you can bring people with you like a union. And I think at this stage, that's what they need to do. At the moment, they're a little bit outside the tent. Maybe that's okay for the moment, but somehow, at some stage, they have to get themselves back inside in that tent as well and work with the Croke Park guys. So look, it'll be interesting to see. I think the topic of the whole proposals for the change of the Gaelic Football Intercounty Championship is a really interesting one, and I have a lot of thoughts about that. I'm obviously a supporter, or not obviously, but I have been a supporter of the Tier 2 proposal at all stages. We'll talk about that another day. Lot to take on board with that, and some of the proposals that they've come up with. So for now, that's it. Do check out the website, deelysportscience.com. That's deelysportscience.com. I had a really good chat with my business consultant yesterday. We're planning some really cool things for next year, early next year. We're going to set up a little bit of a roadshow of a high performance workshops and seminars, and we're hoping to take it all over Ireland in different regions. It'll be very cheap for people to sign up to, coaches, club coaches, inter-county coaches. We'll bring along some other nutritionists and performance analysts and other coaches, and it'll be theory and practical, so that'll be really interesting. So go and have a look up on the website as well. There's lots of offers going on at the moment about signing up. Only 15 quid or less than 15 quid a month. You get loads of drills and practices and blogs and vlogs and loads of great stuff. So have a look and see you next time.